Hi, this is Jim from N&J Cigar and Whiskey. Today we're going to be doing Rebellion Bourbon, and we're going to be smoking Master's Blend 3 by Oliva in Robusto size. So today we're going to start with our Rebellion Bourbon. Rebellion Bourbon is a bourbon made by, not sure exactly what distiller. Take a look. It's 90 proof, which means it's 45% alcohol by volume, and it is made by Myers Distilled Products in Silverton, Ohio, although on their website, interestingly enough, they say it's distilled in Kentucky. Not really sure why they say that. They also say that it is a 70 to 72% corn mash bill with 20 to 23% small rye and barley. Also not really sure why their mash bill doesn't equal 100%. But these are life's mysteries we'll never know. A Rebellion Bourbon is named after the Whiskey Rebellion of 1791. It actually lasted from 1791 to 1794 in Western Pennsylvania. The colonial American government needed to tax whiskey to help pay for not just the revolution, but also because we went through a couple different forms of government, from the Articles of Confederation to the Constitution. People didn't like the idea of their whiskey being taxed, so they took up arms, and George Washington himself mounted up a horse and put down that rebellion in 1794, and they have named a whiskey after it. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the camera, but the bottle is actually really cool because on the back label is a picture denoting the Whiskey Rebellion. It's a neat little marketing ploy. So you have to forgive me if I'm looking the other way. We have a new iPad, so I'm not always sure where the camera is. Strong notes of vanilla and an oak barrel. If you ever smelled an oak barrel when it's new, of course it's a bourbon, so it was aged in brand new oak barrels. You get quite a sting there. Brown sugar, vanilla, a little bit of black tea. This isn't the first time I've had it. Obviously, the bottle's already open. But I gotta tell you, it's become one of our go-to bourbons. We're not necessarily huge bourbon drinkers. We're more Highland Scotch, Irish whiskey, but you know, bourbons, because there's so many restrictions on bourbons, it's a smaller spectrum. But this is a very good bourbon, especially for the price here in New Jersey. You can get it for about between $30 and $35 a bottle, depending on your liquor store. We picked this up from Joe Canals on 73 in Marlton. Actually, they were actually kind enough to deliver it. So those are my tasting notes for Rebellion whiskey. I'm gonna move on to cutting a light on our Master Blend 3 from Oliva. We'll see how they pair up. This is the Oliva Master Blend 3. It's a 5 by 50 stick, so it's a Robusto. Pretty short because it's Mother's Day and I have to go finish dinner. It is a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and it is a Nicaraguan binder and filler. Interesting part about their blend in terms of their filler is it's part Cuban seed grown in Nicaragua and then part Nicaraguan Ligero. So we'll see how that comes. You can see it's got a pretty nice cap, easy to find, and it's got a terrific looking band. Oliva bands are usually, they're pretty bland, but this one is pretty ornate for Oliva. So I do not have one of those fancy cutters. I'm not going to spend a gazillion dollars on a cutter. I don't know. Maybe one day I will. It's windy out here. It's hard to toast this thing without burning it. Okay. The first light, it's chocolatey. It's a little dry. It's very toothy wrapper. But chocolatey deep earth, like baker's chocolate deep earth. A little bit of spice on the tip of my tongue right now. But we'll get into it. Okay, we're about 10 minutes in. I'll show you the burn. That's my neighbor's dog. It's a little bit wonky. Hopefully we won't have to correct it. We'll see if it corrects itself. The thing I really like about these is the smoke output. It's in the one of my other videos. That's the big thing for me. I don't like to have to struggle to get the smoke out of my cigar. Flavors on the draw, I get some coffee now with, again, baker's chocolate. On the retrohale, a little bit of pepper. And it's like a white pepper. It's not really spicy at all. The tingle is kind of gone from my tongue. And the ash, as you can see, like I said, it's holding on pretty well, but unfortunately it's really kind of burning to one side. So in terms of the whiskey, when the Rebellion Bourbon combines with that deep earth finish of the cigar, you really bring out the brown sugar and the oak barrel in the whiskey. So I like the pairing. I like the pairing a lot. So we're going to go and we're going to smoke this down to about the halfway point. We'll see if the the burn corrects itself. Okay, we're about 30 minutes in. The ash just fell off, and as you can see, the burn corrected itself. So that's a good thing. Get a good coffee flavor. You can see smoke output's great. Coffee flavor on the draw. More like earth on the retrohale now. You get deep earth. The strength is about medium body. Or medium strength, I guess. Full body, definitely rich flavors in this thing. As rich as the cigar looks. But body-wise, or strength-wise, not too bad. Still pairing well with that Rebellion Bourbon. The ash just fell off right before I turned on the video. So it was just one huge chunk. I am recording today on Mother's Day, which sounds a little bit sacrilegious, right? But I did prepare for Mother's Day. Made a buffalo meatloaf for my mom and a bourbon, actually Rebellion Bourbon cheesecake, and dropped it off, maintained social distancing, and made homemade banana muffins for Nikki. And now I made homemade lasagna from scratch for dinner. So should be, hopefully everybody's having a great Mother's Day. Hopefully you're having a great Mother's Day. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. So enjoying this beautiful day. Every once in a while the wind will kick up. I'll try and keep my voice up. We had some technical difficulties. It's been a while since I've posted, but I'll tell you why. Because I accidentally dropped my old iPad and it shattered. Had to get a new one. And we got the iPad Pro, whatever they call it. Maybe it's the 11. And had to figure some stuff out with it. I am going to get a microphone because I just watching the videos and getting some feedback from some good people. Don Perry, Lee Mac 912. Yes, I really do need a microphone. So we're going to look to pick up a wireless microphone. To help out with these things. Just enjoying the day. Hope you are too. We'll come back and when it's the last third, and we'll give you some of our final thoughts. Highly recommend the Rebellion Bourbon and the cigar at this point, but down to just about the nub. For me, some of that chocolate has come back. Definitely need some water though because it is toothy. It can dry you out. Smoke output has been consistent. Just pouring off this thing, it's great. Strong flavors. Would say medium to full strength. You know, didn't feel like I needed to go eat something. Of course, I was also sipping whiskey. So that helps. Like I said, total smoke time up to right now is about an hour for a Robusto. That's great. And if it's cold and you don't have a heat lamp like I do right here, hey, an hour cigar, maybe that's what you need. Sometimes you get one of those guys will go an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes. It's too long. Construction, you know, other than a little bit of a wavy burn in the beginning, which could have been the light because it's been a little bit windy here, self-corrected, no problems. Ash fell off in 2 huge chunks, so great construction. Highly recommend the cigar. I don't know what your wheelhouse is. For my wheelhouse, this is an excellent cigar. I'm actually going to go buy another box of them, I think. That's my neighbor pulling out. The whiskey, I think, paired well with it. Actually, I think this cigar would overwhelm some of the Irish whiskeys, like the Writer's Tears we reviewed before. Not necessarily a Redbreast, which we'll get to on its own, but you know, definitely a Writer's Tears or anything that's a little bit lighter or a little bit fruitier. I could see the cigar overwhelming, but the bourbon held up real nice against it. Especially with those, you know, with that new oak cask brown sugar vanilla flavor. Just complemented the cigar really well. I don't know if you saw that smoke, but that was big billow. Thanks for spending time with me today. This will probably be put up on Monday, but you know, it's a wonderful Sunday afternoon to sit and smoke a cigar. I have to go finish dinner. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, or actually subscribe, like, and share this video. Send it around. Let's see if we can get to 100 subscribers within the next month or so. I'd really like that. And I started this YouTube channel just because I wanted to have a voice in the cigar conversation, the cigar and whiskey conversation. Remember, the best whiskey is the whiskey you like to drink, the way you like to drink it. The best cigar is the cigar you like to smoke, with whatever you like to smoke it. And we'll end this with a Slán Jabá.